This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Adriel Hepburn. Coming up in the news, teachers seek renewal, why 10 comes to a grand climax, and Adventist youth and children encouraged to begin the new school year with God. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. Welcome to your Adventist News. I'm Adriel Hepburn. Thanks for joining us for this week's broadcast. It was a time of renewal for the administration, teachers, and staff of Bahamas Academy, our Seventh-day Adventist educational institution in the South Bahamas. A day of consecration was organized for the group to prepare them spiritually for the new school year. The pastor of the Agape and Ebenezer Adventist churches here in Nassau, Pastor Carl Johnson, was the main presenter. He told the teachers of the privilege it was to serve and that they should always do their best.
The only person we cannot replace is God. Amen. And so as long as God is affording the opportunity to serve, do your best.
A number of teachers also presented at the Spiritual Summit, including Elder Earl Thomas and Roosevelt Wilmore. Elder Thomas, in his presentation on forgiveness, spoke of how God was able to provide them with the strength to forgive others, and how in forgiveness comes healing. Teacher Wilmore reminded his colleagues that the Holy Spirit is promised to all of them if they would just ask. God would provide it in their classrooms. New principal of Bahamas Academy, Juliet Sands, spoke of her aspirations for the institution.
We're looking forward to a great year here at the Academy. This week we have been engaging in a lot of teamwork. We have fostered a sense of togetherness, and we have actually come together as one. We have been praying, we have been singing, and we have been all walking the same road. The teachers, they are so excited. I am excited. We're looking forward to September 3rd when our students return for a great school year. Our theme this year is Together We Build with Christ. And also our theme song is Bind Us Together. So we're asking the Adventist community to just hold up the Academy in prayer, and anything that they can do to assist us, we're inviting them to come along and to come in and join us as we seek to bring our students into a closer relationship with Christ.
The teachers voiced their hopes for the new school year.
For this school year, I'm looking forward to my energetic bunch. Or looking at the grade 3, I'm a grade 4 teacher, and looking at the grade 3, I'm so excited to deal with those lovely personalities.
With this school year's theme being Together We Build with Christ, I am super excited to welcome my students and my parents to an energetic, fun-filled school year where we can just engage in all the wonderful things that I have planned.
For this school year, it began when school closed. I started planning for, I am the music teacher and the program director here at Bahamas Academy Elementary Division, and there's always room for lots of music. Our Christmas program is coming up, Honors Convocation is coming up. All of those programs require lots of music. So I'm looking forward to having the children featured in all of these programs. And through music, the medium of music, we bring Christ to anyone who listens.
Let us continue to pray for Bahamas Academy as these educators continue to mold our nation's youth into vessels of honor for God. Y10 Rebirth, the youth evangelistic campaign for the South Bahamas Conference, concluded last weekend. We have this story by Parisha Ferguson.
The climax of Y10 last weekend was held at the Maranatha Adventist Church on Prince Charles Drive. The youth series, which ended with 85 baptisms, led the audience through a rebirth experience. On the last Sabbath of Y10, Pastor Gary Blanchard, youth director of the Seventh-day Adventist World Church, encouraged the youth to be wild for Christ. In doing this, Pastor Blanchard said that the leaders must train the young people and allow them to serve boldly.
They were designed to be sent, but they were not designed to be sent by archers who might just be playing around. They were designed by God to be sent by warriors, mothers and fathers who are warriors, AY leaders who are warriors, Pathfinder leaders who are warriors, adventurers who are warriors. The Bible says young people are arrows in the hands of a warrior. Now let me tell you about warriors. When a warrior shoots an arrow, he's into the enemy's front lines. You see, young people were designed to live dangerously for the Lord. They were designed to be sent into the most dangerous places of the earth, and if we don't send them, the devil will grab them and send them a different direction.
Pastor Al Powell, Regional Youth Director for the Adventist churches in the Inter-American Division, was also on hand during the closing days of the series to conduct seminars on mentorship and leadership. Let us continue to pray for our young people as they seek to share Jesus Christ with their peers. I'm Parisha Ferguson from the SBC Media Network.
A joint prayer meeting was held on Wednesday, August 29th at the Centerville Adventist Church on 5th Terrace, Collins Avenue. The service was held for students in preparation for the start of a new school term. Young people were present, ages ranging from preschool to university. At the service of commitment, the focus was to consecrate the students' lives to God. Several prayers were offered for the students and parents. Dr. Kathy Antonio from the University of the Bahamas School of Education presented useful tips throughout the evening, reminding the parents and teachers that one way to care for their children is by empowering them. She noted that this could be achieved through criticizing the action and not the child, as well as by demonstrating respect to them. She said this would allow the students to feel confident and competent in their classrooms and put them on the path to success. Pastor Peter Joseph, Executive Secretary of the South Bahamas Conference, provided a spiritual charge. He admonished the parents and teachers to ensure that their children know the importance of making life about God being first in their lives. He encouraged them to have daily prayers with their children. This, he noted, will instill in the child's mind the importance of their parents' dependence on God. The prayer service was held under the theme, God Covers Me, in a joint effort by the women, children, and prayer ministries of our conference. Please stay with us. We'll have the upcoming events in the South Bahamas Conference after this short break.
It's back to school time, and the Good News Seventh-day Adventist Church will be hosting a day of consecration for our students under the theme, Lord, You Are the Potter, I Am the Clay, on the morning of Saturday, September 1st at 11 o'clock. The ceremony will highlight our students and prepare them spiritually for greatness. Guest speaker for the 11 o'clock service will be Pastor Jamal Franklin, Public Campus Ministries Coordinator for the Adventist Church in the South Bahamas Conference. Join us as we ask for God's guidance in our children's lives. An awards luncheon will follow in the fellowship hall.
Welcome back. I'm Adriel Hepburn, and thanks for joining us for your Adventist News. As the Inter-American Division and the Atlantic Caribbean Union prepare for the grand Lord Transform Me campaigns, the South Bahamas Conference will launch the evangelistic lay training at the Living Faith Church, Old Trail Road, on Wednesday, September 5th to Saturday, September 8th, 2018. Sessions will be held on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6:30 in the evening and Saturday afternoon at 5:30 p.m. Members are encouraged to dress in their church t-shirts on the afternoon of Saturday, September 8th. The South Andros and Mangrove Key District of Churches will hold a marriage and family life seminar under the theme Reaching Families for Jesus, with special guest presenters Pastor Kenny and Darlene DeVoe of the Bethany Adventist Church. On September 7th through 8th, 2018, the 3 sessions will be held at the New Macedonia Adventist Church in Johnson Bay, Andros. A time of fellowship will be held on Saturday morning at the New Macedonia Church and in the evening at the Kemps Bay Adventist Church. The Philadelphia Adventist Church in Elizabeth Estates will be hosting a week of family togetherness with guest speakers Pastor Noah Washington from Columbus, Ohio, and local family counselor Dr. David Allen, along with local speakers Pastors Terry Tannis and Barrington Brennan. Services will be held on the morning of Saturday, September 1st at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. from the 4th to the 8th of September. Topics will include spirituality in the home, resolving anger and conflict, forgiveness, dating and enriching your marriage, and worship and your devotional life. A panel discussion will take place on the afternoon of the 8th at 5 p.m. And September 28th through 29th will be a time of celebration and reflection as the Good News Adventist Church commemorates 30 years of ministry to its church family and Flamingo Gardens community under the theme, Ebenezer, Hitherto Has the Lord Helped Us. Guest speakers for the spiritual summit will be Dr. Leonard Johnson, Executive Secretary of the Inter-American Division of Seventh-day Adventists, and Pastor Paul Scavella, President of the Adventist Church in the South Bahamas. The Good News Praise Team, along with the youth and children's choirs, the South Bahamas Conference Praise Union Choir, and other guest artists will provide music. For more information on these events and more, visit the conference website at southbahamasconference.org, or see the weekly logos, or call our headquarters at 242-341-4021.
In the right side of the abdomen is where you find the gallbladder. The gallbladder is pear-shaped and is located under the liver. Its function is to store and concentrate bile, which is a yellow-brown digestive enzyme produced by the liver. The function of bile is to break down fats in your intestines and to allow food to be absorbed into the bloodstream. Gallstones is an issue that can be faced by the gallbladder, occurring when cholesterol and other substances from hardened deposits in the gallbladder. These gallstones are usually small, but they can grow in size and can begin to create a blockage in the channels of the gallbladder. Symptoms include vomiting, pain between shoulder blades, and pain or tenderness on the rib or on the right side. Treatment options include the removal of the gallbladder or medication which can dissolve the gallstones. WebMD says that a sensible diet is the best way to prevent gallstones. Avoid crash diets or very low intake of calories, less than 800 calories daily. Seek out good sources of fiber from raw fruits and vegetables. Cook dried beans and peas, whole grain cereals and bran, and by not eating too much fat. A high fiber, low fat diet helps keep bile cholesterol in liquid form. However, don't cut out fats abruptly or eliminate them altogether, as too little fat can also result in gallstone formation. Recent studies have shown that moderate consumption of olive oil, about 2 tablespoons a day, may actually lower your chances of developing gallstones. An ingredient in olive oil helps reduce cholesterol levels in the blood and gallbladder. Researchers have found that the incidence of gallstones is relatively low among people who live in areas where olive oil consumption is high. This has been Carl Kemp with your health tip courtesy of the Adventist television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
We go now to the Adventist News Network for our news feature from around the world.
Thank you so much for joining us this week.
Family, Children, and Adolescent Ministry Director for the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Jamaica, Lorraine Vernal, is appealing to the Adventist community to report criminal and abuse violations.
Speaking to a group of a recent conference, Vernal told the story of a young woman who was raped and burned near her home. Although she cried for help and people heard her, no one came to help or report the incident. The woman later died.
Vernal argued that although it is an uncomfortable subject to address, abuse is a major issue affecting Christians, including Seventh-day Adventists.
Vernal asked attendees to make sure they are not putting their own jobs and reputations or those of others above reporting violence. She shared that it is vital victims are not shamed or made to feel responsible for the crime. Finally, Vernal stressed the importance of not allowing fear of retribution to keep people from speaking up, as incidents can be reported anonymously.
In reference to the common notion the abuser is always male, Vernal warned that we shouldn't laugh when men and boys are victims of abuse. No abuse is funny. When a woman abuses a male, it shouldn't be taken lightly.
She emphasized that as leaders, the Adventist Church must see attacks on children, adolescents, and adults as evil. Church members must live ethically and make their homes, churches, and other institutions safe places for everyone, especially the young.
Vernal said to the attendees, "We are resolute about our stance about breaking the silence associated with abuse and violence. Not only do we encourage all citizens to be advocates, but we offer our expertise in helping victims and perpetrators."
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Justice, Carol Palmer, also challenged the church to do its part in ending crime, abuse, and human trafficking. She challenged members to spread the message to every nook and cranny of Jamaica to end trafficking in person.
Both Vernal and Palmer made their comments during an End It Now rally in Jamaica. You can find out more about End It Now, the Adventist Church's campaign to end abuse impacting men, women, and children, at enditnow.org.
This has been our Adventist News from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. We're glad you were able to join us. Please continue to share your news stories or upcoming events by emailing them to us at sbcadventistnews@gmail.com, or feel free to call our media department at 242-341-4021. For a rebroadcast of the Adventist News, please visit the conference website at southbahamasconference.org or on our South Bahamas Conference Facebook page. On behalf of our production team of Adventist Television Channel 658, thanks for watching. I'm Adriel Hepburn. Have a happy Sabbath.